Chapter 1 Test Review, questions 13 and 14, based on the following. Revenue. That is, in order to have revenue, you got to sell a product or service, and it requires a customer. So, number 13. Weigh off companies' transactions in July 2010. We had cash in the bank from bank loans, $6,000. The owner withdrew $1,000. Cash revenues earned $5,000. Expenses paid $1,500. And they want to know what amount of net income will be reported on an income statement for the month of July 2010. So an income statement means all we care about are what are revenues and what are expenses. And the only revenue on this set of 4 transactions would be the $5,000 for cash revenues earned, and the only expenses would be number 4, which would be expenses paid, $1,500. So therefore, $5,000 minus $1,500 will be $3,500 net income. So again, revenue is selling a product or a service, and it requires a customer. Number 14. Determine the net income of a company for which the following information is available for the month of May. Salary expense $180,000, interest expense $10,000, rent expense $20,000, accounts receivable $5,000, accounts payable $8,000, consulting revenue $400,000, owners investments $15,000, cash $11,000, owners withdrawals $1,000. Now again, all we care about are what are revenue items and what are expense items. Now let's take a look and see what we've got here. The only revenue we have on this page would be consulting revenue, $400,000, and our expenses are going to be salary expense $180,000, interest expense $10,000, and the total total of all these rent expense, interest, salaries, when subtracted from consulting revenue, are going to be net income of $190,000. Now let's just take another look here, a couple of things. Accounts receivable is an asset. It does not belong on the income statement as a revenue or expense. Accounts payable is a liability. It also does not belong on the income statement. Owner's investments, $15,000. That does not belong on the income statement because it's not a revenue or expense. Cash is an asset. It does not belong on the income statement. And owner's withdrawal, even though this lowers owner's equity, this is not an expense of the business. Therefore, it doesn't go on the income statement as a revenue or expense.